Breaking news. We are currently experiencing yet another epidemic in the Black community. White rooms, infinity walls, cash app scams, BBLs, and rage bait pranks seem to have the Blacks in somewhat of a chokehold. While the feeling sources outbreak are polarizing, there is no doubt about this plague taking over the urban community. Kylee? Yes, Simone. What started as taste tests, reaction commentary, and innocent pranks like a caramel onion rather than an apple manifested into something more extreme in the years that would follow. They have moved on to something far more despicable. Coming up soon, the Black epidemic. What's up, y'all? I'm sure y'all seen the numerous videos discussing Black YouTube, and I wanted to chime in on that conversation as well. Black YouTube is a blanket term that I first heard from the YouTuber Cameron to refer to that niche of stereotypical Black YouTubers that reflect the more negative stereotypes of the Black American. This type of content is geared towards a very special and unique audience, if you will. It includes pranks on strangers in the hood, freaky truth or dares, sexual pranks gone wrong, face-to-face smasher passes, find your match based on body type, outfits, and even baby pictures. Yes, we're just in the attractiveness of overgrown adults on their baby pictures. Blank swipes 20 people for blank. For example, 9-year-old boy swipes 20 guys for his 34-year-old mother. Oh, and how could I forget? The infamous 20v1, or if we're lucky, 50v1. Yeah, like I said, unique, right? I don't watch things I don't enjoy because I feel like, why waste time, you know? But I have the right to an opinion, and I really want to talk about it. So let's talk about it. Now, my intentions aren't to hate on anybody's grind, because you get how you live. But I do want to analytically deep dive into this type of content. In today's video, I'll be discussing a very specific side of YouTube. I don't even want to call it Black YouTube because there are so many different types of Black YouTubers, and I'd hate to further box my people in based on a few bad apples. It's unfair to me. I don't know if y'all have siblings, but getting scolded by your parents for something you didn't do is such an odd feeling. So I ain't gonna do my people like that. So I'm gonna call them Lunchtime YouTubers. Why? I'm glad you asked. Story time. I went to a very economically disadvantaged, predominantly Latino middle school on the north side of Austin, Texas. AKA it was poor, very poor. So poor that the district was considering shutting it down after my class moved up to high school. So poor that we placed in the bottom 50% of all schools in Texas for overall test scores. So poor that in 2021, proficiency in math was at 7% and reading and language arts was at 9%. You get the point. We was in the trenches. Better yet, we were the trench. Remember when I said predominantly Latino? Yeah, by the time I was in 8th grade, there were so few Black kids. I'll say about 96.6% of all the Black students in the school were in my grade. I added the 0.6 because that includes mixed race Black folks as well. Since there were so few Black kids, there were like 3 groups of Black people. The Black girls, the Black boys, and the Black students who didn't integrate fully into either group. During lunch, they separated the cafeteria into boys on one side and girls on the other. When the Black guys sat amongst one another, this content reminds me of the type of things they talk about during lunchtime. Hence the name, Lunchtime YouTubers. Quick disclaimer, the school wasn't racially segregated. People just went where they were comfortable with whom they knew. So I don't want to give the impression that the students didn't interact with each other. Don't cancel me, y'all. I'm just trying to paint y'all a picture of my middle school career. Anyway, I want to narrow the scope when discussing these type of content creators because I believe it takes away from Black YouTubers who aren't perpetuating negative facets of Black American culture. Not only that, Black people aren't monolithic. We are everywhere, in all 7 continents and in all 195 countries. So to refer to one niche as Black is very reductive to the contributions to other Black people in other categories of creation. Race overall is a very messy social construct, so the definition varies depending on who you talk to. But for the sake of this conversation, I'm going to refer to Difference.Guru's definition of race. Race refers to identification of people into groups based on various sets of physical characteristics. This is the first problem with Black YouTube outside of the content itself. The name alone isn't accurate simply because it's more of a derivative of embellished hood Black American culture rather than Blackness itself. Contrary to popular belief, Black people in America are not all the same. I know it's difficult for some of y'all to grasp that, but let's debunk that today, once and for all. I'll give y'all a perfect example. Take 2 Black people with a similar economic status from the South, one from Texas and one from Louisiana. From their vernacular to the seasonings they cook with, down to the most popular music in their circles, it's a very different feng shui. Even Black people from different parts of the same state can be vastly different. According to Difference.Guru, culture refers to the beliefs, values, norms, practices that are learned and shared generation by generation. So with the speed of the internet, cultural practices are now being globalized quicker than ever before. But with that globalization, things begin to lose their roots. Yes, these YouTubers are Black, but some of them aren't from the States, and a good chunk of them are just performing as a Black American caricature. Being Black has taught me that people, young, old, Black, and white, don't know Black people for real. They have no palpable connections with Black people, and The closest relationship they have to Black culture is that in which they see in media. And that's not always a realistic representation because 9 times out of 10, what they see is hyperbolized. This is why kids don't need electronics and teens need some sort of internet moderation because there are just certain things developing brains need limited access to because they are the easiest to influence. And for a lot of these creators, the youth is their target audience. Now, there are levels to this lunchtime YouTuber and I attempted to categorize them. There are different types and I want to elaborate on them before we get too deep. I broke them down into 7 categories, but a lot of them intersect. These are in no particular order. So, coming in at number 1, we have white room YouTubers. These YouTubers got their start by doing public interviews, challenges, freaky pranks, and all that other fun stuff that was trending about 5 to 6 years ago. You remember? Suck to let your mama die, let's smash prank on my crush. Yeah, that was them. Now they produce and partake in the auctioning of bodily autonomy. Number 2, we have the saturation station. These are your family function YouTubers. These are the channels where their kids are the focus of their content, baiting other kids to watch as well. These are the vlog style videos that are extremely scripted and have deeply oversaturated, exaggerated thumbnails. While the kids may not always be present, you can tell who the target audience is based on the thumbnails and content type. Number 3, the X-Files. These are the videos where the exes like to play in the internet's face because they know y'all gonna eat that shit up. These videos are the ones where once notorious internet couples are elusive about their relationship status, but are together in every other video. Using clickbait titles and misleading thumbnails to generate views, they utilize pathos, which is an appeal to emotions to play on the parasociality of their audience who yearns for their relationship more than the actual couple themselves. Number 4, Boys and Baddies Brigade. These are the videos where the guy has a different lady in every single video, with sexual innuendos being the focal point of their content. Literally, they have nothing else to offer but borderline softcore pornographic material on YouTube. Number 5, Rage Bait. These are the videos that you watch and pray for something like that to happen to you. At least I do. These creators are really good at making me want to go full Texan and use my Second Amendment right. The sole purpose of these types of videos is to either piss off their digital audience or somebody in real life. This includes punching babies in public, squaring up with folks in the hood, smacking people's drinks, pranks on the homeless, pranks on cops, smacking strangers' butts, touching people's partners, and just rage bait bullshit. They're good at it because you have to be a certain type of individual to want to deliberately disturb someone's peace. Number 6, couples channels. These channels are an amalgamation of everything I just mentioned, but with 2 recurring cast members in every video. They might prank their partner, they might fake break up again for the umpteenth time this month, they might cook together, they might expose each other. You just never know. And last but not least, number 7, the girls. Not all, but some of these ladies are BBL toting wannabe Natalie Nuns doing whatever it takes to stay on the Shade Room and other messy blogs. Now that you have an understanding of the different categories of lunchtime creators, let's talk about some overlapping problematic themes in this creator space. There is a lot to unpack within this space, but the first issue that comes to mind is the weak $750 Cash App scams. The main promoters of this scam are the White Room and Rage Bait YouTubers. I know capitalism is eat or be eaten, but this shit is predatory and it's very loser-like. It's disingenuous to the audience because they're attempting to bite the hands that feed them. And I'm not pocket watching, but I like to think that YouTube is paying them well enough to sustain their lifestyle. I mean, people literally quit their 9-to-5s, or some never even have to work a regular job because their platform is monetizable enough. And considering the engagement some of these videos receive, I'm sure they're making a lot more than the minimum, even median wage per their state. If they have some sort of financial literacy with all of the money that some of these creators have amassed since they started their channels, you would think at this point in their careers that they would have a diversified portfolio of funds that don't include scamming their viewers. They don't have to promote scams, they just choose to, especially since some of these YouTubers have it in every video. So for the easily manipulated or cerebrally underdeveloped, I will click the link in their bio just for y'all. So y'all can't say I don't with y'all the long way. I'm gonna show y'all how it's fake. So you can't say nobody didn't tell you. So you have no excuse of getting scammed. If you know somebody who constantly gets scammed, send this video to them. Thank you. I'm doing it on my private browser just in case like they can get my stuff. He looks like he has that scam in his bio. Yep, see? Like I said right there. Make $750 playing games online. So this is the link. If it involves me to download anything, I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. Ooh. That just looks fake. That don't even look real. Look, I'm gonna give y'all some tips to know how to get in a scam. If you're not doing shit and you're getting free money, it's a scam. Complete 20 deals to claim. Use up to $750 to your cash account. How fast can I get my reward? You can typically complete all the required sponsored deals within 5 to 7 days. Some may take up to 60 days to complete. Red flag number 1. First of all, this whole thing is a red flag within itself. But just upon reading the summary, red flag number 2. If I do a test and you say I'm getting money for completing the test, I want my money yesterday. Once you complete the required number of deals, you must complete the reward claims process, which requires ID verification. Who's finna do all that? It typically takes our customer service team 1 to 3 days to verify and deliver your reward. On average, customers who received a reward did so within 6 to 10 days. Let me do the math, because this is too many days. It will take you 80 days to get your money. Let's just do it. Do you use cash? Not really. Do you plan on? Yeah. I'm scared. How many times you go shopping? I don't know. Oh, I don't know if I should have clicked that. Oh. Okay, I have a spam email. I'm finna send it to my spam email. I don't even know if I should do this. Okay, first let's read. Before you sign anything, you must read the fine print. Us black people, we gotta do better. Y'all gotta start reading that y'all sign up for. We use email to notify you once you qualify for the reward. Let's read the terms and conditions. Said no ever. Not reading that, not reading that. You can complete deals and claim. This is too much to read. I'm not reading all that. I'm sorry, I'm not. This is a scam. Why do you need my ID? Like, y'all asking for too much. You know how much you can get from a person with their ID? Sponsor link. Here's another link. Oh yeah, it's the same. It's literally the same. Oh, there's more. I didn't even scroll. There's more. Okay. See, this is too much mental gymnastics. You're better off filling out a job application and going to work. You sitting up here gambling with your identity. Them is gonna take your SSN and you're gonna be SOL. I just signed up. Oh my God. Email confirmed. Generating your reward number. Cash 750. Please register next. I think I have to go. Oh. See, y'all asking for too much. I'm gonna do something fake. Great work, Timmy. Thanks, scammer. Complete to continue to reward. Okay. Do you know strengths is the longest word? No. What? How often do you use your credit card? None of your business. Do you have an active bank account? None of your business. None of your business. None. I'm white. I'm a millennial. Employment status, real. Where that at? I'm sorry, I'm so funny. Are you home alone or no? 0. No. I don't want to email to me. Thanks. Text me. No, thanks. This is too much. I ain't gonna lie. I don't even want to do all that. I just got somebody paid. You're welcome. No, you're welcome. I'm not gonna say nobody's names in these videos because I don't want nobody. Oh, here's a lawsuit. Y'all need to be thanking me because I just got you some money because I clicked your link. Follow the instructions. $5. Wait. Okay. So this says your cost. So does that mean you have to? Does that mean you have to pay for it? Let's see. Let's do something that. Okay. That says free. Okay. It says you must complete 1 deal. Let's just join Men's Health. Do you already have? No. Tap to start deal. Enter your payment. That's where they get y'all asses. Your payment method, my butt cheeks. No. Deal credit eligibility. Must be new. Must have the same email. Using private route. Ooh. Cause y'all want my IP. Start deal. Watch. I'm gonna show y'all the full thing. We're gonna get to the meat and potatoes of the beast. Boom. Add to cart. Loading. See, and this where they get y'all. They get y'all to spend some money. So as soon as you spend some bread, this money goes to the company. And as soon as you click the link and put your email in there, the YouTuber just got money from you. So boom, scam. I ain't even gotta do too much no more. Y'all seen it. It's a scam. Stop clicking the mother links. And if you promote these links, you a whack at. Let me relax a little bit. Y'all just don't click the link. And if you do promote this link, you're a weirdo. You're lame. Loser. Like, be for real. Thank you. Bye. As you can see, it's a scam. I could have told you that without having to click the link, but for those who were doubtful, now you know. The only thing I had trouble finding out though is if these companies reach out to them or if they just get their own affiliate link and link it below. Either way, it's a situation because it preys on the financial vulnerability of people who could really use that extra $750. I know we can't protect the youth from everything because once something reaches a certain amount of popularity, the youth will get a hold of it inevitably. We've all been young before, and I'm sure many people in my generation attempted to partake in scams similar to these when we were younger. I know I did. The furthest I got though was clicking the link because I've always had some form of discernment. Didn't make sense that downloading a game and playing it would get me money, so I stopped while I was ahead. But not all kids have that ability though. So to knowingly promote a scam on your platform is very disrespectful to all of your viewers, even the ones who don't fall for it or who aren't technically supposed to be watching. There are 1,000,001 ways to get sponsors, but I guess when your platform revolves around sexualizing Black bodies, it's probably kind of hard to get in contact with companies who are serious about their brand and who aren't predatory either. There's been some controversy about the way YouTube's bias subjects Black and Latino creators to discrimination, but considering that a few of these creators are straddling the line between content creation for YouTube and for OnlyFans and still have yet to violate community guidelines is crazy. In contrast to creators like Corey X Kenshin and FD Signifier, who often find themselves at odds with YouTube's policies, even though their content is nowhere close to what the aforementioned is doing. I'm referring to the White Room creators, the Boys and Baddies Brigade, the X-Files, Rage Baiters, and couple channels. A common theme among these channels is the sexual objectification of the Black body for women and men alike. Ultimately, we are grown so we can do as we please, but this content makes me feel uneasy. Women and men come in their best dress to do 360 spins for the swiper, and if the swiper likes what they see, the spinner can walk right for yes or left for no. But I don't think y'all heard me now. Grown women and men are playing dress up to do 360 spins for another grown woman or man. When the spiritual girlie said to heal y'all's inner child, this is not what they meant. Not even on my worst day would I play dress up and spin for a man. Absolutely not. The winner of these challenges goes on a date with the swiper, but they don't. They either go home with the cash prize, exposure for social media, or if they're lucky, they get both. The comment sections of these videos at times feels very conservative, and it feels like a lot of people lack cognitive dissonance when it comes to the promiscuity of women in comparison to men. I've noticed when the spinner throws himself out there and it's a woman, it's a stronger distaste from the audience. The patriarchy tells us that women are supposed to be submissive, nurturers, and weak. So when a woman portrays the opposite of what she's supposed to do, it's disgustingly surreal for some people to fathom the fact that women can get raunchy too. But hold on, don't leave yet and delete your comment, because I can see y'all feel a bit bothered by my observation. I know that Twitter post, Twitter's the only place where a well-articulated sentence can get misinterpreted. You can say, I like pancakes, and somebody will be like, so you hate waffles? Yeah, before y'all drag me in the comments, I'm not promoting the self-objectification of some of these ladies. I'm simply pointing out a clear double standard from a consumer perspective. Now that that observation is out of the way, let's discuss the problematic nature of this sexual objectification that we see in these videos. Sexual objectification is the act of treating a person solely as an object of sexual desire. Society socializes women to believe that their value rests upon their physical appearance and that their bodies are meant to be examined and judged by others. This is why women account for approximately 86% of all cosmetic procedures worldwide. When you add blackness on top of sexuality, you get a rigid intersection of black womanhood. A qualitative study explored the experiences of Black American women with sexual objectification. The research revealed several socio-cultural factors contributing to this phenomenon: the historical influence of slavery, sexualized views and images, and patriarchal social structure. The legacy of slavery has left lasting effects on how Black women are perceived and treated. Stereotypes and sexualized portrayals in media contribute to objectification, along with the dominance of patriarchal norms perpetuating the objectification as well. The effects of these issues result in a complex web of themes, such as self-objectification and hypersexuality, physical safety anxiety, eating concerns, and psychological and emotional impacts on Black American women. The foundation of Black masculinity is a response to a series of historical traumatic events. These events have forced Black Americans to place hegemonic, hyper-aggressive, self-sabotaging expectations on our boys and men. Through these expectations, a series of conflicting thought patterns can manifest. For example, passiveness within the Black community is associated with weakness. Hence, if a man is naturally passive, he will fight within himself to be that which he is not, thus creating inner conflict. Consequently, hyperaggression is born, which stems from wanting to be viewed as a man, fighting what has been culturally associated with weakness and conflicting views of himself. Black men find themselves feeling the need to prove their manhood. It's always at stake. The patriarchy has made it so that we put pressure on Black men to meet the world's view of masculinity rather than allowing them to become their best selves, whatever that may be for them. Black men emulate the form of Black masculinity set and legislated by white men. So there's great importance on a man's ability to provide, associating providing with masculinity. So if you can't provide, you are less of a man. Within these videos, when Black men are marketing themselves, whatever they have materialistically and sexually is their selling point to be chosen. The overall concept of dating is discriminatory within itself. You weed out what you don't want to find what you do want, but this shit here ain't normal. This is not a proactive way to interact with the opposite sex. So within these videos, if you have nothing to offer in terms of aesthetics, finances, or sexual favors, you won't be chosen. Within this space, Black men and their perceived masculinity are reflected in the way they are treated, and Black women and their perceived sexuality are reflected in the way they are treated. And it pains me to watch these videos. It's like a genetic PTSD that comes from the pit of my soul anytime this form of content pops up on any social media platform. It's just an odd concept. You walk right because you have a big butt, and you walk left because you don't suck. Free my people from the shackles of the white room. This content brings out the worst in us. I think we should do a collective log out and go touch some grass, and take y'all's kids outside with y'all too. As far as sexual content for other creator types, the Boys and Baddies Brigade, the X-Files, and couple channels do this thing where they verbally get it on. Don't get me wrong, they be touching too, but their videos are like full of verbal foreplay, and it makes me feel like I'm interrupting something in a middle school hallway. In terms of rage baiters, some of these folks need to be locked up. Why are you showing your coochie to random men in Target? Why are you pretending to be blind and touching women? Why are you grabbing cheeks in public? It's just too much. Let's call a spade a spade. This is harassment, but when somebody calls it out, y'all want to call them a party pooper. Even if the videos are staged, which I bet my bottom dollar some of these are, Why are y'all so obsessed with disturbing the peace? Their brains need to be studied because, again, this here ain't normal. The internet, one of humanity's greatest achievements, is its downfall, for sure. Let's discuss vanity. I briefly mentioned it earlier, but let's really get into it. Vanity, materialism, and the lunchtime creator space are like bacon and eggs. They go together real bad. It's normal to want to look good online, but the way it's impacting self-perception is quite literally terrifying. The internet does this thing to people, and it makes them want to appear more grandeur than they actually are. Now, respectability politics has always been a thing, but in technological fashion, the internet exacerbated it. Respectability politics refers to a set of beliefs and behaviors that aim to counter negative stereotypes about Black individuals by emphasizing morality, dignity, and conformity to mainstream norms. It started as a philosophy promulgated by Black elites to uplift the race by correcting the bad traits of Black people to distance us from negative stereotypes. And these creators enable this tremendously. Well, at least half of this concept. I feel like there are two types of respectability politics when you're Black. One for the systems that are in odds of our favor, and another for each other. I like to call the second form disrespectability politics because I don't know if there's a term for it, so I lazily came up with that one on the fly. But being Black in America, it's almost instinctual in some cases, kind of like code switching, to lean more towards the first form. But within this lunchtime creator space, they capitalize off the second form. We all know the first wave of respectability politics enforced by our elders. Get married and don't have kids out of wedlock. Make sure you always look presentable in public. Don't be a loud, angry Black woman. Don't come off aggressive as a Black man, etc., etc., etc. But the second, more recent wave of respectability politics reinforces some of these tropes, but rather than assimilating, it's being reversed, and we're playing into the stereotypes. I can't even refer to it as a reclamation because typically something beneficial comes out of a thing being reclaimed, and in this case, crickets. Within this creator space, there's competition for the attention of one another, and it's not for anything beneficial like the availment of Black people. They're playing into these stereotypes and capitalizing off of them, living up to unrealistic beauty standards by getting them big ass cutting boards for teeth. Folks is etching and getting BBLs and disrespecting unaltered bodies, flaunting their wealth and belittling those who have less than they do, downplaying regular jobs. It's just too much. These creators do it, the people in the videos do it, and the consumers of this content do it as well. I can empathize with these creators to an extent. I mean, they've been on the internet since its existence, and some of them have been uploading regularly since their mid to late teens and early 20s. Our brains don't fully develop until around 25, so constant unfiltered access to the opinions of millions is not always conducive to a developing mind. Again, I can empathize, but it's a crazy concept for me to wrap my mind around. Like, I get it, but I hate that for them, you know? Not everything people create has to be super in-depth in its meaning outside of entertainment, but within Black spaces, we look to creators, entertainers, and celebrities as representatives in our community. We've been convinced that being an athlete, a rapper, or making a fool of ourselves online is the only way out. We see the glitz and the glam of what we could have, so it begins to be regurgitated. So we wake up to the same repetitive videos every day. This starts very early on when we're kids, and even earlier now since technology is more accessible. These lunchtime creators got where they are today because they were pushing the boundaries of internet virality. I can't say whether they deserve their positions because being a creator takes work, and I'll never discredit somebody for investing their energy into something they believe is a work of art. However, once you define yourself as one thing, people will only know you as a one-dimensional being. I invite anyone who watches this stuff to reevaluate themselves and their life choices leading up to this moment. As always, I'll have my sources linked down below in a Google Doc, and I'll have an extensive list of various Black YouTubers who don't partake in this country, for those wanting to diversify their content consumption and for those who need to divest from the lunchtime community. That's all for today's video. Kylee, Simone, signing out.